Glad you can join me on this platform. In today's lesson, we'll be solving some questions in mathematics on a topic coordinate geometry, specifically on parallel lines. So let's move to the question itself. So the first question says that find the equation of a line parallel to the line 2x plus y equals 4, passing through negative 5, 3. So we've been given one of the equation which is parallel, and we're asked to find the other parallel line. So, and you know that the standard form of an equation of a straight line, it is given by y equals mx plus c. So let's get our first equation there, the 2x plus y equals 4. We can see that this equation, it's not in the standard form of an equation of a straight line. So let's put it first in the standard form of an equation line. So we can take the 2x, it goes to the other side so that we only remain with the y. So you have y equals, when the x moves to the other side of the equation, it is positive, so it becomes negative. It will be negative 2x plus 4. So now our equation is now in the standard form of an equation of a straight line. So now let's identify the things that we need to form the other equation. We'll need the gradient. We'll also need the y-intercept. So for the gradient of parallel lines, gradient 1 and gradient 2 are equal. So negative 2 here is the gradient. So this negative 2 is also the gradient for M2, which is the second gradient, M2. So gradient 1 and gradient 2 are the same for parallel lines. Now, the second part, we can use this equation or this formula, y minus y1 equals m, open brackets, x minus x1. We have been given these coordinates, negative 5, 3. So we can replace these coordinates where we have y1 and x1. And then for the gradient, we can get the negative 2 here and replace where m is for the gradient. So you have y minus 3. So the 3 here, the 3 there, it is y1. And then the x there, the negative 5 is the x1. So, and then you have m here, which is negative 2. X, you have minus, and then the value for x1 is negative 5, so we can put it in brackets there, negative 5, and then write it like this. So here we can write y minus 3 equals negative 2, x, negative multiplied by negative, it is a positive, so you have positive 5 here now. Let's expand what we have in the brackets by multiplying this negative 2 throughout. We rewrite then the y minus 3 equals negative 2 multiplied by x, it will give us negative 2x. And then negative 2 multiplied by 5, it will give us negative 10. So on the left side here, what we want is just to remain with the value of y. So let's get this negative 3 and close it to the other side. We close the negative 3 to the other side so that we remain only with the y. So you have negative 2 minus 10. When the negative 3 goes to the other side, it will become positive. So we have positive 3 there. We write y equals negative 2x. Negative 10 plus 3, it will give us negative 7. So here we have it. This is the other parallel line which we have been asked to find. So we have found the other parallel line. So this is the end of the question. Let's look at the other question. So on the second question, it's asking us to find the equation of a line which is parallel to 2x plus y equals 3 passing through negative 2, 3. We do the same like from the previous question. We have to put it first in the standard form. We can see that our equation again is not in the standard form. So let's rewrite it again. 2x plus y equals 3. This 2x has to go to the other side. So you have y equals negative 2x plus 3. So now our first equation is now in the standard form. We can identify what is our m1. So our m1 here, we have it as negative 2. So it is still the same for m2. You remember that we said the first gradient and the second gradient are the same for parallel lines. So now we apply the formula again. This formula y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Let's replace the values for y1, x1, and then m. So we have y equals, on the coordinates which have been given, our y1 is 3 equals, our m, the gradient, is negative 2 x minus the x1 here, you have it as negative 2, like that. So let's rewrite this. Negative 2 x, negative 2, and then we have x there. Negative multiplied by negative, we have a positive. So let's write positive 2 here. And then expand what we have in the brackets by multiplying negative 2 throughout. We rewrite our y minus 3, and then we do the expansion now. So negative 2 multiplied by x, you have negative 2x. Negative 2 multiplied by 2, you have negative 4. You have negative 4. So now, this negative 3 now can cross the equal sign so that we remain with the y on the left side. So y equals negative 2x minus 4. And then when the negative 3 goes to the other side, it becomes positive. So you have plus 3 there. Y equals negative 2x, negative 4 plus 3. What you have, it's a negative 1. So this is the other equation which was required, which was asked for us to find. So we have come to the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and please subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.